Welcome back to the final matchups of the season. We got three grand finals matchups tonight. We got the challengers, we got the rival division, and we got the Titan League. And man, oh man, Malo, am I excited, buddy.
Oh, Adam, I'm at a loss for words. I'm so excited. Breaking coin, man. I don't. Would you prefer breaking or coin or both or either?
Either works, buddy, either
All
works.
right, man. All right, man. I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking at this lineup tonight. Oh man, some banger of a finals matches that we're having here. Grand finals night, final night of the season. I can't wait.
Yeah, it's gonna be some wild matchups. But first up, we got the Gryphons versus the Venom. Any predictions, Malo, for how the series is gonna go?
Yeah. So when we did the pre-show the other day, I went with the Gryphons over the Venom in 5 games, which, I do that, but honestly, looking at these teams and the way Venom has been going, I may regret that decision because Venom has been on a tear in this playoff run.
Definitely coming back from a 3-1 deficit in their last series. It's going to be an interesting one, but I got the Gryphons in 6. They're just too strong. They got that man for it. Challenge at the midline every single time. So I am going with Fort and the Gryphons. And it seems like the chat agrees as a whopping 131,000 points are out for the Gryphons versus the 28,000 for Venom. So a lot of support there for the Gryphons.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the players I think we're going to have to watch out for on the Venom side is going to be Yukio. He's a
Yep.
veteran. Him and Bowser. Oh man, I can't wait to see how they do against this Griffins team.
Absolutely. As we're going to run right into it. Both teams joined up, ready to go as we are past that 8 o'clock start time. Ooh, this is going to be an interesting one. Is Fort going to go up to the kickoff? He's going to follow the one, leaves it. Bazink's going to dish it out to that corner. Fort is going to bang it downfield. Hundo off the back wall, up to Fort, but Fort gets bumped. A little redirect clear for the Venom as both teams feeling each other out right now. And I'm curious to see how each strategy unfolds for both of these teams right now, as it seems like Venom right now is the more defensive team, Mallow.
Yeah, they are, and that's surprising considering who they have on offense with Hundo, who just got demoed by Yukio. Hundo's by far one of the best players in Challenger League, and to see them already not necessarily struggling, but to take a little more time to get on offense is a little surprising to me.
Yeah, it really is, but just early on, it's so hard to figure out who is going to run away with this series, let alone run away with this game, as those championship nerves are definitely in play. Being on the big screen with all of the fans watching from home as that's a good fake, Lusaka, and he goes for the bump, but he can't get it. That was almost a very good solo play coming out of Lusaka. And other than Ford, I mean, would you like to see, shine from this Griffins team?
Oh man, all three of them are great players, and they work so well together. They're aggressive, they're demo-y, bumpy, they challenge well in the midfield, and I don't think there's really anyone in particular that you can call out here because they all do well together, and that's honestly what I would want to see is all three showing up here.
Yeah, and that's honestly more dangerous than, having one player on your team go crazy, because if all of your teammates can play consistent, then, there's really, and what a save there coming on through. That's almost an open net. Bowsy back just in time. Another bump. I see what you mean now. These bumps coming in for the Griffins, playing very aggressive, but back to the consistency. I mean, when you have a team where all three of your players are consistent, it's a recipe for success, and Ford is going to score the first goal of the series.
Hondo being involved as always shows why he is one of the top players in Challenger, passing it to full-time alcoholic who was basically out of boost there, which was a good thing by or a good pass there by Hondo, and maybe he even recognized it. So with Challenger, I wouldn't be surprised if he was.
Yeah, I wouldn't be either. As a
Uh-oh.
almost the save comes through, but Venom gonna clap back with a goal of their own.
Yeah, that's a great job there by Venom answering right back, and Louis Saka just didn't have the boost, and perfect placement there by that Venom team.
I believe it was Bowsy from the top ropes, passing it down to Bazinks. Bowsy crashing downfield, but tries a little bit too fast past the ball. Yukio, last one back. Gonna get it past multiple defenders. That's an open net. Hundo cannot get the save. Is third man gonna be there? He is.
And of course, you know, we're talking about the aggression and the demos um, by the Gryphons here, but oh man, the Venom team, they're doing the same thing. And as we continue here on the kickoff, because I think we lost Breaking Coin here for a second, but what I'm seeing here is an amazing show of offense and defense on both. Welcome back, buddy.
Welcome back. Discord tragically crashing there on me. A lot of weird bugs going on with these new Discord updates. I mean, this one has been the worst of them all, in my opinion. Is seems like Venom is holding their lead from when I was last back here, and you know, it seems like Gryphon just cannot find their footing right now in the second half.
Yeah, they really can't. But what I was saying when you got kicked out there, because I don't believe you caught it, was we talked about, you know, Gryphon's demos and aggression and stuff. But look at Venom; they're doing the same thing, and that I think that's what you need to do sometimes is meet aggression with aggression.
Absolutely, is hitting an aggressive team head on can definitely throw them off, as they're expecting the other team to play, you know, tighter defense. If you throw that right back at them, you know, if they're not used to adjusting to that, it could completely throw them off. And it seems like it has, as that's a close shot on net, but a little bit wide. And one player I'd like to see get involved is Lusaka. You know, he's kind of had a quiet game so far. You know, he had that one play in the beginning where he got the double fake, but he just cannot seem to get into the play, and Bazink is going to score.
Oh man, you talk about Louis Saka there. He was going for a demo. I don't know if that put him out of position or not, but either way, there was nobody back there on defense, and I don't know where the Gryphons were, but this is almost kind of surprising to see game one like this. But, you know, Gryphons during the entire regular season, they went game 5, I believe, 50% of the time, and were 8 for 10. So they're an endurance type team. So we'll see if they continue that trend here.
Yeah, we will see, as a game 7 could be a possibility. Zinks gonna redirect it off the back ball for nice little clear down to I6 Hundo. Yukio back to Fort, gonna get 50 though. Yukio's gonna grab that boost as Lusaka gonna try to get past one, cannot get the second touch. Little pass down by Hunto, can he get another one? And second man is there, Lusaka showing up when his team needs him.
Hold up, hold up. This game is not over yet, and that is why I have not said anything about this game being locked down, because we're talking about the Gryphons here, and this game ain't over until that ball hits the ground with 0 seconds remaining in regulation, not OT.
Absolutely, as the Gryphons are capable of scoring at any time, and Luisiak is going to have to pop this up. This could be the end, and it is. Game 1, Venom.
Oh, man. I thought we were about to go into some wacky overtime situation there. Gryphons, I think they were pretty good that game. Just a couple of defensive mistakes, but I mean, you know, it's game 1, it's grand finals. You were here last season, but you actually FF'd, so, or forfeited, so they're looking for revenge. So I wouldn't expect them to go quietly here. But Breaking, I've heard a lot of the teams, both on stream and off, they use game 1 as kind of a feeler to see what the other team is like. So do you think the Gryphons are doing the same thing?
Yeah, I think, you know, it's a marathon. Like you said, both teams are going to be feeling each other out. They're going to be testing different strategies against these teams, and they're going to figure out what works and what doesn't. And these matchups are going to become closer and closer. And it really is up to one of these teams to make a massive adjustment in order to take the first stretch towards a more dominant victory. As 3 men up for Gryphons, gonna leave Lusaka in a weird spot, but he's gonna drop it down. Gonna leave it to Hundo. Hundo's gonna follow it up out the sidewall. Nobody challenging there. Zink's the last one back. Good passing play, and Fort's gonna score again.
It was a beautiful passing play there by Hundo, and again, here we are. We're talking about Hundo in a pass or in a scoring play, and I think we probably will be doing this a lot this series with the Gryphons. 1-0 Gryphons on top.
Absolutely, as these passing plays coming out for Gryphons have been deadly, and it seems like Fort is on the end of the scoring end, and it's usually backed up by Hundo or Lusaka, and that's just the key with this Gryphons team. They gotta get everyone involved, otherwise it just doesn't work. The well-oiled machine has got to be a well-oiled machine, and moving forward, that is what I would like to see if they're gonna want to take this game too. But Venom doing a good job at holding him at 1 goal and keeping the pressure. They overcommitted there on that last transition play, but it's not a thing we see very often from Venom.
No, it isn't, and I'm actually surprised on the amount of aggression that Venom is showcasing here. I would have expected full-time alcoholic and the Gryphons be the ones aggressive here, but it is the Venom team doing the work, because I recall earlier in the postseason, full-time alcoholic was all over the place, stealing boost, taking some demos in, and I'm seeing that from the Venom instead right now.
Absolutely, as those kinds of plays are what slows down an offense, and it's why this Gryphons team hasn't scored very much so far. It's because of the pressure of Venom. I mean, whenever you're demoing like that and you're boost stealing, you slow down the other team, and maybe this Gryphons team just isn't used to playing at a slower pace.
Yeah, that I would agree with that. And at the same time, if you start getting demoed over and over again, that can really affect your mental. So you got to try and keep yourself together, especially right now, because this is not the place to let it affect you, because this is for all the marbles.
Absolutely, as everything is on the line. Fort in a 1v1 spot, but gets a little bit of a mistouch. Hundo cuts it off, though. That's an interesting touch, but no. Yukio there for the 50-50. Over to Hundo. Hundo's going to try to get a 50-50. He can't. Lusaka over, and now 1v1 versus Bowsy and Fort, and Bowsy's going to score.
Oh, man. Very little boost there by Bowsy. Yeah, he had like 12, I think, 12 or 24. That's all you need sometimes to score. So, that comes up with a good point. You don't always need to have more than 50 boost. All you need is roughly about 36 to make a play, and Bowsy showed you didn't even need that.
Absolutely, as he ISO'd that man for in net, and a bounce shot is going to go in for Bowsy again.
Holy, what a touch here by Bowsy. A good 50 there by Yukio, getting that over Bowsy with the great touch. I don't know if he meant to bounce it like that, but still, that was a great job there by the Venom team, and now they're winning this second game so far with about 2 minutes remaining.
Yeah, and they're in the lead again. Another game for Venom could be trouble for this Gryphons team, as you never really want to go down more than 1 goal in the series. And once again, it was looking like it was going to be a 1v1 spot. That's a double commit, but Lusaka gets a save, but no boost to follow it up. Hundo's gonna have to take it away, gets a 50 for another double commit coming out from this Gryphons team, and I think they just got to do a little bit of a better job of controlling the ball. Quick one going off for the Gryphons. Almost comes through. As Usaka goes for a fake. Hundo going to follow it up, but Bowsy's just going to be there to slam it back down. Usaka back to Fort. Hundo just not going to go upfield. Now Bazink's down to the midfield. Bowsy's there. Second man double commits, though. And now, once again, Gryphons are on offense. Quick one on shot. But once again, the defense is coming through, and that is looking like a potential dagger.
Well, they're only down by 2 and about a minute left. I wouldn't say that just yet, but the way Venom has been playing, I could, kind of agree with you here. But it is also the Gryphons, the number one team who has been uh, basically plowing through everyone, only losing, I believe it was 2 games during the entire regular season. So, and of course, or postseason too, since they're here. Um, yeah, now now the Gryphons have a tall task.
They definitely do. And the main reason why I said that is, the Griffins are struggling to take control of this ball. They keep banging it to this Venom team, and then it's either Bazinks or Bowsy who's just controlling it and then blowing the clock out. And that's really what Venom needs to do right here with this last 30 seconds. But Hundo gonna try to make something happen, but no. Once again, Venom is back, ready on defense. And now Fort in an awkward spot, gonna have to clear this one. Hundo cannot follow it up, and this is now dangerous again. But this could be even more dangerous now. Last back. But no, Hundo cannot get the flick. And that can be it for game number 2. Mallow, that's gotta be tough when you got the open net and you can't get it to go.
Yeah, it really is, and I don't know what we're witnessing right now, but I will say, with Venom getting game 2 here and up on the series 2-0, but I'm surprised to see what's going on right now because I typically see a lot more demos and bumps by full-time alcoholic, and we're not seeing it as much. But I think you touched it on the head there with the Gryphons are just hitting the ball right back to Venom and giving them possession, and they need to keep it close to them. They're winning the 50s in the middle, but outside of that, they're not doing too much on the offensive side. So for sure, the Gryphons here have got to come up with something soon. Otherwise, this game 3, it's going to be a long one for them. And then the question is, will they call a timeout if that happens? Right now, I'd say that they need to add those demos and bumps in that they haven't been doing.
Yeah, well, usually it's that man Ford who's facilitating a lot of those kinds of plays, but it seems like he's had to be more on ball in this series than he usually likes to. And I think that goes on to his teammates. His teammates got to be more involved with taking control of the ball and facilitating those passing plays because he's going to be downfield to pick them up. It just, you got to feed that man. And I know that Hundo is one of those players who's capable. I have not seen a lot from Luisaka, but both these players got to get involved for this Griffins team if they're going to want to come back in the series.
Yeah, absolutely. And I noticed one thing during that post game there. Fort, or a full-time alcoholic, waited the entire series for that. Oh my goodness, what a flip reset there by Bazinks, getting past all the defense, and the Venom are up early.
Venom up early with a beautiful flip reset from Bazinks, and Ford just not expecting that solo play coming out of that man Bazinks. And man, oh man, was that a nice shot.
Oh yeah, it really was, and now you got to do something now if you're the Gryphons, because you don't want to go down anymore, and you also need to answer quickly to try and say we're not going to let that slide.
No, I mean, I think this is a good flip reset by Hundo getting past one, but they're leaving, their last offender in these weird 1v1 spots, and then, here comes Venom crashing on through, and they're just peppering that net, and they're passing, and it just seems like this Griffins team is really struggling, like you said, to keep possession of the ball and try to get some plays. I mean, they had some success in game 1 and towards the back end of game 2, but it's just they need to do it the entire game, and they have to facilitate the ball between each other. As Fort, it's going to be last back here. Lusaka is going to be up with it, but can't lose his control of the ball. And Yukio is looking like he's going to score here. Gets a flip reset, forces Hundo. What a save by Hundo. As Hundo cannot connect on an open net, Mallow.
Oh my goodness. We're watching. I don't know. We might be watching the destruction of the Gryphons here. I can't believe what I'm honestly witnessing, because This doesn't look like the Gryphons we've seen all season.
No, absolutely. I mean, I'm used to watching a Gryphons team that is so
Oh,
calm and collected with how they play their game, and the double commits, misses are coming out of this team, and Venom just running away with the series.
it just seems like there's no trust on the Griffins side of the ball here. I don't know what it is, but this is completely shocking. I would have expected the series score be opposite. No way, that's in. All right.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. I would have expected the series score to be the the exact opposite right now, but like I said, I'm at a loss for words. That's
Likewise, I mean, it's I'm shocked. I mean, there's not many times where you don't hear me this quiet, and I really don't know what we're watching right now. I don't know if it's this Griffith team that is struggling right now, and this a little bit of a wide shot, or if it's just the talent coming from this Venom team. I mean, I don't know which it is yet, but I think it's a little bit of both. I think Venom and Hundo showing up for his team as a no touch coming from Venom is gonna get taken advantage of as Gryphons finally get on the scoreboard here in this game.
Yeah, it's about time it happened. And now, if they score rather quickly off of this kickoff, that's going to help them immensely. Otherwise, they may not be able to score until a little bit later on. But oh man, I was going to say something, and then that goal happened. Well, that
And
goal
there's
happened.
another one.
I said it too fast. I read the script and I knew it was coming. But anyway, good touch there by Hundo, and full-time alcoholic in place. Now we got a game, 3-2 though still. Gryphons, I think they can get another one here quickly.
Yeah, they might be able to based on how they're playing now. I mean, there's no fear coming from this Gryphons team, and now they're doing a better job at spacing those players, trusting each other. The back pass, it's a good back pass. Even if Hundo doesn't have boost, he can grab it and then control the ball. And this is going to be where a lot of the Gryphons' success comes from, in my opinion, is controlling the ball, passing it to each other, and then getting the demos to supplement the offense. We're just like that, and now they're in full effect. And the Gryphons have found their pace, and they're running away with it right now as they've gotten 3 goals, Mallow, within the last 45 seconds.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I wanted to see there. Those demos, those bumps coming in, full-time alcoholic doing exactly what we were talking about. And now we're tied up 3-3, 2:11 remaining. Can they come back on this and take this game?
I think they're going to need to, and based on how they're playing, I think it's possible. They made the switch up, and they made it now, and they got to stick with it. They're getting everyone involved. Somebody is there facilitating the passing play. Someone is banging the ball downfield, and then afterwards they're finding a bump or a demo, and then setting up the perfect passing play for that third man. And they got to keep the 3-touch passing plays going. And if they can do that, I think Gryphons are going to have an easier time in this series moving forward. And now Venom finally on the back foot here in game number 3. Hundo going to pass this one down, bumps Bazinks, but Port just can't get the passing play. That's a great try by the Gryphons, though, as that was a wild passing play, Mallow.
Yeah, that was a good attempt, and full-time alcoholic just barely off of it, and just missed the goal by I don't know what the units would be, but was that a pass from Bowsy? I couldn't tell if that was Bowsy or someone else, but what a great pass. Oh, it was not. I was about to say, I was like, wait a second, I thought I saw white there, but it's so bad sometimes. That was a good touch by Hundo, but Yukio was just ready for it.
Yeah, he was ready for it. And, you know, that's sometimes as Bowsy maybe has some technical difficulties. AFK there.
Uh-oh.
As this could be a game changer. Bowsy sitting still. Hundo shot on net, but Bazinks is going to save for the 2v3. And now Gryphons giving the space they need to in order to come back. Bowsy is finally back in the play. As maybe some technical difficulties were at play, as it does not... Oh, it could be the server, as Bowsy is experiencing packet loss, which has finally gone away. But that could have been dangerous. I mean, that was Gryphon's chance to make something happen. And you know, It's gonna be tough. They got 30 seconds left, and Lusaka is there, and he's gonna score. But no, he doesn't touch it. It's Hundo's goal from way downtown.
Oh man, uh, what a read by Hundo, already on the wall for that touch. Luckily, for Hundo's sake, that wasn't a lot harder of a pinch, but unfortunate touch there by Yukio, not able to get the proper pinch he wanted, and now we're tied up with 19 seconds remaining.
Yeah, and the question is, will this go OT? Hundo backflips. Could have potentially been deadly. Lusaka gonna follow that one up. It's gonna fall to Fort, who's gonna just get a touchdown. Yukio shot on net. That's an awkward touch.
No.
Before satellite defense, and we are going into overtime.
Oh, what a save there by full-time alcoholic. Literally saved that game for the Gryphons. Or, yeah, so far saved the game for the Gryphons. But saved it going into OT, and the Gryphons, they definitely need to make this score. Otherwise, they're going to have to try and reverse sweep this team.
Absolutely. In my opinion, this is a must-win game, especially now that it's gone into OT. You put your heart, your soul out there, getting a goal within the last 30 seconds. That's a good bump. That's a good touchdown, but Bowsy is going to be there. Lusaka going to dish it out to the corner. Fort just going to not hit that one. And that's going to go in.
Wow. Oh, man, I thought... I couldn't see who that was on the wall over there. Maybe it was Louis Saka that jumped. No, it was full-time. I thought full-time touched that, but the angle, at least on my end, was different. So Venom getting game 3 now. Oh man, I'm even at more of a loss of words right now. I can't believe this is happening. Breaking, because wow.
I'm in shock. I am in shock. You know, just when it was looking like it was going into Griffin's favor, Yukio comes out of nowhere and slots it top left bins off of a Fort whiff. And I was watching the series, and that's the one thing that I can say about this Gryphon. The one hole that they've had in this series so far is they're a little jumpy. They're a little jumpy, and those double commits and those whiffs on their own line is what's killing them right now. And it's why this Venom team is able to squeak these wins out. I mean, they squeaked that one out when Gryphons was playing their tip-top best gameplay, and it still wasn't enough. I don't know if it's too late for this Gryphons team.
I will say though, the stats on both sides almost identical. Demos, shots were off by 1, and Gryphons had the edge on that. So that's the surprising part. The saves were the same. So theoretically, Gryphons should have had 2 more goals, but they didn't get them. And so, oh man, yeah, it's so surprising. And I don't know if we got a timeout or not. I didn't see it on the screen anyway.
Believe we, yeah.
Oh, okay. I must have missed it then. But Venom called a timeout, which is even more surprising because Venom is up 3-0.
Yeah, we saw some technical difficulties for Bowsy, so it could be him trying to figure out what that is. It could just be an ice. They could be icing the other team. Just, Gryphons had a lot of momentum towards the end of that game, and Yukio really pulled that shot out of his hat. I mean, Fort had an unfortunate whiff there off of, a little bit of a hasty jump, and, maybe they're just trying to let that feeling sink in for the Gryphons, because sometimes a team wants to come back from a loss and just keep it going and try to give it their all. Maybe Venom is trying to shut down this Gryphons team.
Actually, that's a very good point. Because the Gryphons were starting to gain momentum that time, and that's the closest that they've ever come on this series so far on beating them. So to try and slow down that momentum, whatever they were trying to do there, they were able to get that momentum hopefully stopped. We'll see. But here we are. Gryphons are attempting some offense now.
And they are. But no, back on defense. As a whiff there, gonna give some space. As Fort bumps his teammate off, Hondo's up for it. And this team is starting to break down. They got to figure out their pacing, their timing, their comms. There's got to be a clear player who's going for this, and Lusaka has a chance for a double, but doesn't get it. Fort's going to turn on this, but he's just going to get 50 by Vizinx. Takes a little bit too long of a time, and it's like either they're moving too slow or they're moving too fast for their own good. But they got to find their pacing and timing if they're going to want to reverse sweep here. Fort is not going to be able to get a piece of it. Vizinx going to follow this one up into the midfield, gets the pinch. Lusaka's got to clear this one out. He does pass one. Bowsy is going to get a touchdown before it is there out to the midfield. And right now, they're on defense. And this team, once again, is on the back foot when they are usually not used to that.
Uh-oh.
As an unfortunate save, but it's going to be cleaned up by Vizinx. That could have been deadly for this Venom team. But once again, they get away with it, Mallow.
Yeah, they did, and
Ooh.
oh man, the touches right now, we're kind of playing boomer ball, which is surprising for Challenger. You don't see that too often, and oh, what a save there by Full Time Alcoholic. I'm still shocked at what we've seen so far. Venom just absolutely demolishing, no pun intended, right as that happened, the Gryphons.
Yeah, and you know, even when Venom makes those mistakes, it just, this Gryphons team cannot capitalize for the life of them. Hondo's got 3 shots on net, and none of them were deadly. Lusaka's gonna pitch that, flick it off to the midfield, but another last-minute save. What a save by Lusaka!
Oh man, oh man, I thought they had a chance there for something, but yeah, that was a heck of a double save by Lusaka. Got 2 in a row there, and Lusaka is doing a lot of work on defense. We just need to see a little of offense, in my opinion, with this entire Gryphons team and Lusaka.
Yeah, absolutely. As right now, they got to do a better job at controlling that ball, getting it around multiple players. That's a good little flick by Hundo. Tries to get over Yukio, and I'd like to see more of that. I mean, even if it doesn't work the first, the second, the third time, you got to keep trying, because this team is overcommitting a lot. This Venom team is playing that third man very close, and that's what you have to do sometimes when you're playing an aggressive team, is you got to staunch any possibility of them being able to bang it across field to each other with the full tank in the... And right now, Venom's doing a really good job of that. I mean, all props are to Venom for how they've been playing tonight.
Yeah, absolutely, and we're seeing a good amount of back and forth, both teams making good touches, good passes, but the aggression on both teams is causing some interceptions, as we see Yukio trying to do a flip reset double tap of some sort, and it was saved away by the Gryphons there.
Yeah, and Gryphons just forced to play this defense. I mean, Venom has got 2 saves. They still have 3 shots for this Gryphons team, and Lusaka is up for that as well, and now Fort is left in a 2v1 spot, but manages to get a clear, and now, ooh, good save by Yukio. It's just a little bit too slow, and it's the solo plays that Gryphons keep trying to get going, and it's not working. They gotta find some passing plays, throw in the demos, throw in the bumps. That's what was working there last game, and now it's like they've completely abandoned that, Mallow.
Yeah, they have, but they've been on defense this entire time is the problem. As is this in? That's in. Hundo finally getting a goal in this 4th game here, and we might see our first victory from the Gryphons here in Game 4.
We very well might, but this game was too close, Mallow, for me to be confident in them moving forward and getting a reverse sweep. And Zoinks at the 1v1, but Hundo, what a save. And now they're going to transition. Bowsy, good save. Yukio downfield. Can they tie it up? Bowsy off the back wall. Down. But second man gets demoed, and that is going to look like that is all.
Oh, that's in.
And that's going to be the dagger, giving potentially some life here for this Gryphons team. But I don't know, Mallow. I'm not certain. That was a very close game for them to get 3 consecutive games going forward.
Oh, it really was, and when I was looking at the scoreboard, I think with about a minute and a half left, the Griffins still only had 3 shots, and Venom had like 8 to 10. And I was surprised that the Griffins was able to get that so quickly, and that's what they're going to need is to bring out that burst of offense in the rest of this series. Otherwise, they're going to be going home second place.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And they got to keep that offense they had going in the last 90 seconds. They doubled their shooting in the last 90 seconds. And they got to keep that going for all 5 minutes of game time. It just, you, as teams look like they're leaving,
We got one
not
missing.
sure. Oh, that's what it is. But yeah, I mean, I'd like to see that momentum from the Griffins the entire match because, you know, they're not going to be able to find these spots where, there's 30 seconds, 40 seconds left on the clock and they're able to pull one out of their hat. It can't do that every game, Mallow.
No, no, you can't for sure. And going forward, you have to figure out how to keep the ball close, win those mid 50s, and figure out how to dodge those demos if possible. Because the demos, even on the defense, the Venom is going absolutely insane on. And I can't recall the last time have seen a team this aggressive on offense. And I believe the one that we're missing is Bowsy. Just like
Yep.
earlier, he was having those internet problems or PC problems. He's the one having the issues right now. So as we wait for him to get in here, they are allowed 7 minutes though breaking to try and field a full team. So we'll see if they're trying to take advantage of that or if they truly have issues or maybe a little bit of both.
Yeah, they can't use that timeout anymore as they've already used it. And
I think that was actually Venom that used the timeout. Griffins still
oh
have theirs.
yes, Griffin still
Wait,
does.
Bowsy's Venom though. Never mind.
Ozzy is
Uh,
Venom, yes.
yeah, that's my fault.
But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things this Griffin team has got to do, but if they could do it, I mean, if they can make all of the adjustments, I think they should be the front runner. And it's not because, it's because they're when they can turn it on, they're by far the best team in the league. But Venom has just been playing a more consistent game, and it's kind of shocking because Griffin is supposed to be that team that's supposed to be well balanced, a well-oiled machine. Everybody plays consistent, and they work together on these one-touch passing plays to get it to go. And it looks like Venom is now doing that, and Griffin is now forced to throw maybe Hundo or throw Ford out there to get these solo goals to get it to put some goals on the board.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And one of the other things you have to keep in mind, I believe I mentioned it earlier, is that uh, the Griffins have been going into Game 5 all regular season about half of the time, so they're used to these long marathons. But this is a 7 game series, so it's a little different. Best of 7. So um, I don't know in all those series if they were down, doing reverse sweeps or what, but we'll have to see if they continue the trend on this next one. And also keep in mind, since this is a Venom player, we could see some potential victories here, but also, we don't want that. So hopefully, Venom has their fourth on backup, which, if I'm not mistaken, is um, Paranoid Monk. But I do see Bowsy rejoining now, so we should be starting here very shortly.
We should, as Hundo's joined up. Both teams are fielding themselves right now as the Griffins are playing for their life. Can they pull off the reverse sweep? It would definitely make them legends of Nemesis, Mallow, if they were to pull this off in Challenger.
Oh yeah, it would. I can't say if that's ever happened, but oh man, what a feat it would be, especially in the grand finals. Oh,
Ooh!
what a save by Hondo, but it was to no avail as Yukio was there to clean it up.
Yukio's there to clean it up. Hundo just diving. Another Lusaka diving as well. And I would just like to see one of those players rotate back post to support that man Hundo. That was a fantastic save. If there's just one more player to follow up that save, they could have cleared it. And that seems like it's the biggest problem for this Griffins team is the double commits. The double commits are killing this team. They're so incredibly jumpy, and sometimes it works out for them, especially on the offensive end. But when they're on defense, they cannot be so jumpy. They gotta slow it down. As Fort is going to bang this one through. Bowsy going to control it. Smart play. Going to try to go for a flick. Gets it past Hundo. Almost gets a bump, but Yukio is going to go wide with this one. Going to hit it downfield. Try to regain possession of Bazinks, but it's going to be a double commit for both sides. Quick shot on net, and Fort is going to score this guy. Tie this one up.
Oh, man, that's how you should do it if you're the Griffins right now. Answer quickly because you have got to keep your playoffs on the line here in order to continue that potential reverse sweep. And full-time alcoholic, great placement, great shot, and we're tied up with 4:10 remaining.
We are, and man, Fort has been a big reason for why this Griffins team is staying more competitive in this series. He is a reason why a majority of their goals have gone in. He's the man at the end of the field shooting. And I just don't know if he can be the only one doing this. We saw Hundo with a couple solo goals here and there, but it seems like Fort is the only one connecting here on the passing play. Good defense by Hundo as he's going to control this one. Pop it over one. Yukio's got to get it clear. He does. Over to his teammate Bowsy. Bowsy bangs down. Yukio not able to connect. Bazinks is up over one. Bowsy's going to turn back. Yukio is going to control out to Fort, though. Fort off the sidewall. No one to connect there. Bazink's going to bang it. Hundo going to dish this one down, but Yukio is just going to be there. And now Fort back with no boost. Yukio just going to push this downfield. Hundo going to bang this one downfield. Try to follow it up. He's got no boost. Quick shot on net. Nice save by Bazinks over his teammate Bowsy. And this is what I like about this Venom team. Whenever they get a clear, Mallow, they're clearing it to each other.
Yeah, they are, and what a demo there by Yukio, but Louis Saka able to make the save, and oh man, that could have almost spelled disaster for the Griffins team there.
It could have, as a last-minute save bails them out. As once again, we see that Griffins team on the back foot with these last-minute saves, but can it hold for very long? Yukio, again, another goal line save, and both teams going back and forth. Venom trying to close the series out, and Griffins playing for their life. That shot is on target. Oh no, it isn't. It's a little bit wide. Is Hundo gonna pass it out to the midfield, but Louis Saka just a little bit too close. Hundo gonna clear it out to the corner. Over to Bowsy though. Dangerous clear, but Hundo able to follow this up. Yukio gonna get a clear. Louis Saka is up a little bit too far. Good 50 by Fort. Good, another 50 by Fort. Hundo is going to be up early for this one, but beat by Bowsy. As right now, we see a lot of wild transition plays for this Venom team as they're all kind of working together right now. A couple of demos coming out for Venom, or coming out for Griffins, and maybe that's the key to their success here, Mallow. Maybe a little bit of demos coming out could help them out.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The problem is, it almost seems like the Venom has a counter demo to come out with, or at least a counter bump, and whatever they do, it doesn't seem to take effect. As oh man, no way that just happened. And oh man, Yukio with this goal.
Yukio with this goal. Louis Saka just not able to connect after a Fort whiff. And it's these whiffs coming out of the Griffins, and they're killing them, and it's given the door wide open for this Venom team. And one more goal for the Venom could steal this game, as right now, once again on the back foot is Fort, and Bowsy's gonna score again.
Oh man, last time it was Louis Saka with that unfortunate miss on the save, or attempted save. Full-time alcoholic here. Now the one out of position in goal and just shot right over him. And I don't want to say it's the dagger, but it's making it extremely tough for this Griffins team to come back and win this game.
Yeah, it's really looking like the dagger. That's a good 50, but no one's there.
What in the...
Oh, what a fake! What a 50, but no! No, Fort just passes past his teammate. That's a pass down. Fort cannot get the double tap. And that looked like the last lifeline coming out of this Griffins team as Yukio's gonna bang this one.
Oh,
Luisaka
no.
almost on target. No, it's wide again. No, this Griffins team is absolutely struggling on the offensive line, and it could cost them this series. As one more goal for Bowsy is probably going to seal this series.
Oh, that is definitely the dagger. And oh my goodness. I called the series 4-1. I had it backwards. And that's even more surprising considering the two teams here. Um, uh, you know, I want to say it's the dagger. I don't want to say it's over, but the way the the way the Griffins have been playing, I don't think they're going to be able to come back here.
No, as it looks like they're on shutdown mode. And that is going to be it. Oh, maybe not. Hundo not able to connect, and that is going to be it. Our Nemesis Season 10 Challenger Champions, Mallow Venom with the upset is gonna make it happen, proving everyone wrong as Hundo gets one for the road, but it's not gonna matter as our champions have been set in stone.
Oh man, and the second highest seed this playoff, going and getting a trophy, and I don't know. I don't think we're gonna see. Yeah, I didn't think so. I just wanted to double check. I hate saying that so quickly, but Venom, as you said, season 10 challenger champions, and wow, what a showing by Venom. Number 7 seed coming into here, just toppling this number 1 seed that was absolutely dominant during the regular season. And there's a lot of people in the chat getting some points, I believe, because of this.
A lot of 197 points going to Sandsbar. And wow, is that going to be a big payday for him as the upset comes on through? As we are going to get an interview from one of these championship players in one I would like to come through is that man Bowsy. I mean, to come back from that adversity, all the technical difficulties, and just to take this game in strong fashion 4-1, the number 1 seed in Gryphons. I mean, it's got to be huge. It's got to be massive. They got to be going crazy right now, Mallow.
Oh yeah, I'd be super happy, especially after Bowsy had the issues he was having going into Game 4, restarting his PC and such. I can't believe it. And yeah, we're gonna get an interview here in a moment with one of the winning members of Venom. Who is it? Breaking Coin.
I believe it is going to be Bowsy as he is getting ready to join the waiting room. That man, Rocket Man's gonna throw him in here. He's here.
Yo,
Bowsy,
what up?
what were you thinking when you had some PC issues coming on through? Oh wait, now he's here. Wait,
Yeah, it
yeah,
was.
Bowser. There it is.
Yeah, it was rough because my game froze in game 3, I think it was, and
I,
then after game 4, it just like completely froze, and I was like, oh no.
yeah,
And
that's
then
gotta
Yukio
be
decided
tough.
to waste our time out after game 3 as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
First off, congratulations, Balazi. That was a great game and a great series by you guys. Great season overall. Being where you were in Challenger, did you think you were going to make it here? Of course, I know. I think I know what the answer is to that, right? I should know, but I have to ask you.
I was confident that we were capable of beating any team, but like any series can go any number of ways. But I knew we were as a team capable of being here, so I'm not surprised, but I'm still also very fortunate to be here.
and doing it in confident fashion for winning the number 1 seed. I mean, what are you feeling right now after a big win like that?
Happy the season's over. Take a break.
As
Long grind.
it's a long grind at the top, buddy, but you have achieved victory and the prize pool for Challenger. It's got to be good, and hopefully you're gonna celebrate with your team, as you're gonna have plenty of time during the offseason to do so.
Does that mean I get a Liquipedia page now because I have winnings?
Then maybe somebody will do that. I mean, Wikipedia is similar to Wikipedia, so all it takes is for somebody to go in there and write something down. So I'm sure somebody out there in the chat section can make a Wikipedia page for that man, Bowsy. And congratulations once again, as you are and the Venom are the season 10 Nemesis champions for the Challenger League. Any other
Oh,
question? Oh, as
nah, he's out.
he is out.
But yeah, breaking that was a good series, and congratulations again to the Venom team. Once again, taking it 4-1 in overall series in dominating fashion. I'm super surprised by it, but hey, Coin, who do we have coming up in the rival league for the grand
Ooh,
finals?
we got a banger coming up. We got Galaxy versus the Night. I mean, I got my boys over there in T-Man, in Foam. I'm going to be rooting for them from the sidelines, and I finally get to have a little bit of bias because I'm not going to be in the booth. So you will see me in the chat rooting for those guys as we move on to the rival matchup of the series, the grand finals. It is on the way here shortly, Mallow.
Yes, it is. And I can't wait to see that matchup because I agree with you. It's going to be a banger of a match as well as the Titan League one coming up right after it. But for right now, we're going to take a short break and we'll return with the Rival League match right after these.